Hi and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be picking my November TBR. Last month we went a little crazy with the TBR. I believe we picked around 8 books for October, maybe more. This month, however, I'll be writing my thesis for university, so I'll be doing a lot of reading for that. Therefore, we need to calm down a little bit with the TBR for November. However, I'm still going to pick a good amount of books because I just love reading and I have a lot of books that I want to read at the end of the year. So again, we're going to be using my TBR jar to decide what books I'm going to read in November. Please play along if you also have a TBR jar or use my prompts. Let me know in the comments what books you're going to read in November and let's get started. Okay, first of all, in October I picked up Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell and I got about halfway through, but it's kind of been dragging, to be honest. I won't be able to finish this in October, so I'm going to be bringing this with me into November. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it in November because I want to start another big book and I don't want to read 2 big books at the same time. I just don't think I can do that, so I want to finish this one first before I start the next big book. So hopefully I can finish this one in November. So I'm going to try and fit that one in as well, but let's start with our first official prompt. I'm hoping to get prompts that I didn't get the past few months, so let's go with this one. The first prompt is a short book. Oh, okay. Last month we picked up a couple of short books as well and that went really well. I think especially because this month is going to be so busy, a short book would be perfect. So let's see what short books I can read. I really want to read some Gibran, so I have His Love Letters and The Prophet. So I might choose that one. I also have A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf, which is pretty short as well. Let's see. Ooh, I really want to read White Nights by Dostoevsky. This one is 115 pages, so this one is definitely a short one. I also want to read Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan because I believe the movie comes out November 1st. I don't know when you're seeing this, how quickly I've edited this video, but November 1st the movie comes out with Cillian Murphy and the trailer just looks so good. So I really want to watch that movie, but before I watch it I really want to read the book. This book is quite short as well. I believe it's just over 100 pages, so it's the same length as White Nights. So these are both quite short books I would want to read in November. I think I'm going to choose Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan because of the movie coming out. This book is set in an Irish town and it's set in the weeks leading up to Christmas. And we have this man, what is he called again? Bill Furlong, who is a coal merchant. And he is supplying coal all over the city, and then he runs into a convent that doesn't really sit right with him, and he has to decide what to do with it, if he has to do something about it or just let it pass. I've heard that it's a very sad and tragic book, so unsurprisingly Cillian Murphy is in it, but I've heard so many great things about it that it's so touching and beautiful, so I can't wait to read this book. As I said, it's set in the weeks leading up to Christmas, so I feel like November or December is just a perfect time to read this. I've heard Claire Keegan's writing is so beautiful and touching, so I'm very excited to see what the hype is all about. And of course, after I read the book I can watch the movie as well. For the prompt, a short book, I'll be reading Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. Okay, let's pick up the next prompt. A book with a beautiful cover. Ooh, it's been a while since we had this prompt. Okay, I think I have the perfect book in mind. I have been wanting to pick up this book for so long. I bought this one in January and it's been staring at me ever since. This is one of the most beautiful books that I own, and it's of course Anna Karenina by Tolstoy. It has such a beautiful cover and gold edges, and the inside is just, it's one of the most beautiful books I own. So I feel like this could go perfectly for this prompt. As I said, I picked up this book in January and I've been wanting to read it for so long, but it's just been so intimidating to me because first of all, wow, it's such a long book, and secondly, some pages just look like this. As you can see, there are no enters on this page, which just looks so intimidating. I feel like November is just the perfect month to pick this up. It just looks so beautiful and magical and royal, Christmassy. The back is just so beautiful as well. It has texture, so you can actually feel like the imprint of the book. I believe this book is about this upper class family in Russia and kind of their relationships and problems. And I've heard nothing but praise for this book, so I'm really excited to finally read it. But as I said, I don't really want to read two big books at the same time, so I really want to finish Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell first before starting Anna Karenina. So hopefully I can finish this one soon so I can start in November Anna Karenina by Tolstoy. Okay, now there's just a gap behind me. That doesn't look right. Okay, I fixed it. Let's pick the third prompt. Okay, the next prompt is going to be a 5-star prediction. I keep getting lucky with these prompts. I've had this one a couple months in a row now, and it's worked out perfectly because I keep reading so many amazing books. I feel like there are a couple of 5-star predictions on my shelves. Of course, we still have White Nights I really want to read, but I'm not sure if this is a 5-star prediction. I've heard very mixed things about this. Some people love it, some people don't, so it's not really a 5-star prediction. I do think I'm really gonna like it, but the prompt specifically says a 5-star prediction, so maybe we'll search for something else. I don't really want to pick a big book now that I have Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell and Anna Karenina on my TBR. I got some more Rilke. This is kind of a spoiler. I don't believe this video has come out yet, but I got some more Rilke, and every book by Rilke that I've read so far has been a 5-star book for me. So I have a lot of evidence that this one is going to be a 5-star read as well. So I might need to pick this one. I also have this one, which is Howl's Moving Castle, and I believe I put this on my October TBR as well, but I haven't come around to reading it yet because I've just been reading so much other things in October. But I really still want to read it before the year is over, so maybe this one, because I really want to read it before the end of year. And I've been saying in my October TBR and my book recommendations video how much I think I'm gonna enjoy this one. So I think I'm gonna pick this one for my 5-star prediction. As I said, I've been talking about this book for a couple of videos now. I'm so excited to read it. The cover is a 5-star cover for me already. It's so beautiful. In my opinion, it looks way better than the other edition. This one looks so magical and beautiful. So the cover is already a 5-star for me, but I haven't yet read the book, so we're gonna do that in November. I actually really want to watch Howl's Moving Castle again, so I feel like that pick is just perfect for this month. Let's pick the fourth one now. Yeah, we got 3 prompts, so this will be the 4th one. Let's just go with this one. A book that matches what you're wearing. I don't think we've had this prompt yet, or at least not in a long time. Okay, so I'm wearing black with dark blue. Do I even have a book that matches this? I'm not sure. We're gonna see. Okay, all of these are blue. They're not really dark blue. They're more light blue. So I feel like we should go darker. Then of course we have the Penguin Classics, but they don't include any blue. They're mostly black. So we have A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I feel like this one could go very well because it has kind of a similar shade of blue. Maybe not on camera, but at least in real life. So maybe this one, but let's look for another book. I also have The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. And this one is also a beautiful shade of dark blue, which kind of matches what I'm wearing. I feel like both of these picks are really good picks for November. A Dark Academia, a children's witchy book. They both go really well. So this is going to be a very difficult choice. I feel like I really want to read The Girl Who Drank the Moon in November. I kind of been saving this one for November. So yeah, let's just read this one. So The Girl Who Drank the Moon is a children's book about Luna, who is saved by a witch, but the witch accidentally feeds her moonlight instead of starlight. So she gets extraordinary magic, and the magic kind of has dangerous implications and consequences. So she'll have to deal with that as a 13-year-old girl. This is going to be very interesting. It really gives off cozy vibes. I mean, the cover just looks so beautiful. I see a dragon, so maybe it has a dragon companion. That will be really cool. And because of the dark blue and the white, I feel like it goes perfectly with my outfit. So I'm going to be picking The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. I haven't seen many people read this, but I saw it secondhand at the bookstore. It was only €5 and I really wanted to pick it up just because it sounds so cozy, it sounds so fun, the cover looks beautiful, and it just looks perfect for this time of year. It looks dark, it looks magical, it looks cozy. So yeah, what more can I wish for? So for the prompt, a book that matches what you're wearing, I'm going to pick The Girl Who Drank the Moon. Okay, then for the last prompt, I think I'm gonna pick 5. I think 5 is gonna be enough. I also know from experience that I tend to read a lot more than my TBR. I tend to read a lot of books that just come up throughout the month. I find at the library, or I just randomly get in the mood for reading. So I feel like 5 is going to be a solid pick. So we're going to pick the last prompt. Let's just go with this one. It was on top. It feels right. A BookTok book. We've had a lot of prompts that I haven't had in a long time, so that's great. I just realized I'm wearing my moon ring and I chose The Girl Who Drank the Moon. That is so fitting. Okay, anyway, a BookTok book. I feel like a lot of the BookTok books on my shelves I've already read. Okay, so up there are a lot of classics. Usually classics don't tend to go viral on BookTok. So I'm looking more at the fantasy section and the romance section. Let's see, we've had a couple books that didn't make it to the TBR yet, and I feel like White Nights could be a great option. I feel like Dostoevsky, especially White Nights, has been going pretty viral on BookTok. Well, actually I'm not sure what goes around on BookTok because I don't have a TikTok. So it should have been Bookstagram or BookTube, but yeah, I feel like a lot of the books that go viral on there are quite similar. But I've seen a lot of things about White Nights on Instagram and BookTube. I actually got inspired to buy this book because of that. So I think this one qualifies as a Bookstagram, BookTube, BookTok, whatever you want to call it, book. White Nights has been gaining a lot of popularity because of its beautiful lines and story. This book is a short story by Dostoevsky, and it's written about this man who goes through a lot of inner turmoil and unrequited love, and men just love to write about male characters that are going through it. So this again is such a story, but it has been getting a lot of praise, so I really feel like I should give this a chance. I like this pick for this month because it's so short, so I can easily combine it with everything else I have going on. I've just heard so many people praising it so highly and saying such beautiful things about it that I'm very excited to read it. Please let me know if you've read it or you've heard anything about it. I actually see that this has 2 stories. So White Nights is only 85 pages, but then there's another story which is called Bobok, and that fills up the rest of the book. So White Nights is actually a really short story. I'm really interested to see how he's gonna reflect on all these topics like solitude, love, and problems in such a short amount of pages. I mean, 85 pages is a really short story. I'm really looking forward to picking this up. So this is definitely gonna be added to my TBR, and I'm gonna pick it for the prompt, a BookTok book. So this has become the TBR of November. It's dark outside already. It's been so gloomy these past days, so I'm sorry if the video is getting darker. Does this help? I'm not sure, maybe it helps, we'll see. This is TBR for November. We've got Anna Karenina, House Moving Castle, Small Things Like These, The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and lastly White Nights by Dostoevsky. Please let me know if you've read any of these books or what you're reading in November, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!